Hello YouTube. Would you look at that? Both wings are all blue. Does that mean they're done? Hell no. There's a good month plus of work still to do. Today, it's aileron actuation. This is the push rod that goes from the bell crank in the middle of the wing out to the aileron. I'm not sure what inspired me to work on these next, but I just decided it was needed to be done. So these came from Van's these were something that held up my wing kit for a while. No, they were back ordered because of the size, I don't know, sourcing of the parts. Whatever. Difficult to get the right size and powder coated and blah 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 and COVID. Okay, whatever. Eventually they got them to me, and I still needed to do quite a bit of work on them. So you start with one big rod, you cut it into two. I used a pipe cutter for that. I regretted using a pipe cutter for that because the pipe cutter sort of puts a big ass burr on the inside, and with steel it takes a lot of work to get that burr off of there. And then the rod ends that they give you are very, very tight fit into it. So it's like you've really got to take some material off the inside of the steel tube and the outside of the rod ends that they give you. So what I ended up doing is, you saw me do it briefly there, I used the Dremel with the Scotch-Brite on it for the inside, as I'm doing here. And then I put the rod end in the drill press and gently clamped it in the drill press on the threaded part and let it spin in there, and took some fine sandpaper to the part that mates inside of the steel tube. That worked between the effort on both parts. I got everything to fit really nicely, pretty snug. I was happy with the way that turned out. The next part, I'm not so happy with the way it turned out. But I don't know. So these parts are difficult. So think about this. Drilling steel, you have to go slow. And what we're doing here is we're putting a hole, trying to be straight through the entire tube. Okay, sure. So drill straight through a circle. Okay, you can put a certain clamp on the vise on the drill press, and you can go very slow. But again, you're also dealing with a number 40 drill bit, which is small and flexible, sort of, when pressure is applied to it. So the idea is that you go straight through with one hole, and then at a 90 degree to that, and like a 3/8 of an inch further back, you go straight through with another hole. I'll see if I can put a photo up of what the expected outcome is. Anyway, it's really difficult to do them, and I had drill bit flexing, I had speed issues. You really got to work hard and slow and carefully to get them straight through. At the end of the day, they don't have to be 90 degree offset from each other perfectly, as long as you get a nice rivet through there and you set that rivet nicely. I took a long break after doing this to think about what I wanted to do. But anyway, yeah, I drilled all of them with number 40s, and then you go back and you match drill up to number 30, and then you put like this long ass AD or 470 AD 3-11 or 4-11 rivet through there and squeeze it. I didn't do that because I needed to put primer inside of them, etc., etc. So anyway, the point is, these are not easy, and I get them done in another later video, but I may still even go back and take them to a welder and just have the rod ends welded in, like the tips of them, just a nice bead of weld around where the rod end meets the rod itself. Just as an extra measure of security, can't hurt, but I think even one rivet is enough shear strength for this, but the 2 is good, and then the weld will be extra. So anyway, that's enough for this one. Come back again, and we'll see more and more and more wings. See you then.